Hi guys, I'm so sorry again. I've lost footage of joining the top sections together, so I've just put together a couple of photos where you join the first unit to the second on the top and then the third to it, and then put the marker and the ATG section together, and well, the marker and the filler box, and then that to the ATG, and then the upper box on top, and then you do your sides and back if you want to do that. So that's how I did it. And once they're all joined together, that top layer, then you attach it to the bottom two drawer sections. So I don't know where that footage went, but it is just gluing it together step by step. So as long as you do each section together the way they should, you'll be fine. You'll work it out. And I've noted it in the instruction guide anyway, so there you go. Okay guys, we're ready to paint. So I'm going to gesso it first. I just got some, what is it? Liquitex fluid gesso. So all I'm going to do is go around the edges with the gesso, and then I will go over with the coat that I'm going to, the colour that I'm going to be using, and then cover it with the designer paper. So, don't know whether I'm going to have to give it one or two coats of the gesso. I'm using the gesso because it is a porous base, so surface, so it will seep in. So with the gesso, as a base coat, should allow the colour that I'm going to be using, allow it to show its true colour and not fade into it. So this is going to be a long boring process, so I won't bore you with it all. I'll speed it up, show you bits and pieces, and then we'll go from there. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Anyway, where are we? This pen holder, marker holder. Because I can't get it out. I might have to spray paint that one. Talk to Squiz about it when he gets home. So I got him to spray paint it. No, I think I just dabbled over it, the marker section. And then he got outside and spray painted it. But I was a bit upset because I didn't realise that we got a gloss finish. I wanted it matte. So anyway, we got there and we did it. And I did have a film of it on my phone, but it didn't, I can't upload it for some reason. I can't insert it in here. Anyway, so it dried and now I am covering it. What I did initially was used from tack it over and over glue to temporarily put the papers on there, so I knew what sort of how I wanted it and what I wanted on it, just to see how it looked, and that worked good for me. In places it did pick up some of the paint, but I was okay with that because the paper covers it, so it was no biggie. So I just cut it to about 1/8 of an inch border around, the sizing of each of the papers. So if it was 6 by 6, I cut it at 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. I think, was it 5 7? Now 5 3/4. I think that gave it an eighth of an inch on either side, and made sure I burnished it all. So here I'm showing you that it's actually sticky. That was the tack it over and over. So it's a good handy hint to do something like this, you know, when you're not really committed, you just want to test it all out. So it's fairly tacky. And I think what you have to do is let it dry completely before you attach it to anything, because if it is still wet, it's going to adhere. And I was probably a bit rushed, a bit hasty, shall we say. So I put paper on everything bar the bases. And I think I'm going to put some fun foam in the bottom of them. That way when the scissors and sharp tools are in there, it's not going to damage the chipboard. And then I get to thinking I've done it all, and I didn't do a couple of sections, but I went back and did it. So these are the drawer fronts, and all I'm doing is the same thing, about an eighth of an inch edging around, attaching it on there. And you can see there that it took a bit of the chipboard off there on the paper, but that was fine. I was okay with that. And I put this on before I do the holes. And I can go through the inside of the drawer to mark the holes. So that's the best way I found to do it. I think it is a good idea to spread that glue around so the whole sheet is has got glue on it. So that's it there without the drawer handles, all nice. I really like how it turned out. I used KaiserCraft's, I can't remember the name of it, but I'll put that in the link below anyway, in the description below. So yeah, I quite like that. And you see there, I've just noticed that I haven't done those inserts in between the top unit. So, oopsie, I have to go and do it again, finish it off. That's okay. Yep, I've even covered that chipboard section there where I needed the height. And Squiz just sprayed in those marker units. You don't see all the way in, so it doesn't matter whether it goes right in or not. So here I'm going from the inside out, piercing the holes for the brads to be inserted to hold the handles. And I just do it lightly from the inside out, because when you push your awl through, it'll push the paper and chipboard out. So if you do it on the just a little tiny pin prick so you can see on the outside, and then go in with your awl pushing from the front to the back. And yes, I do notice that I've had that upside down. I did that I don't know how many times throughout making this. And I couldn't find any longer pronged brads, so I would suggest you try and find some long pronged brads to do this, just to give it that extra strength and security. So, and they're a pain to try and open too. So I do use the glossy accents on it just to secure it in place, because it is metal, and I thought the glossy accents was better suited to that purpose. So there we go, one down and 6 more to go, something like that. Right, now depending on what I put on the inside of the drawers, I wanted to protect whatever was in there. So I decided to grab some craft text and cover those prongs up. So I just did a whole strip that was just not quite the size of the inside of the drawer there, and attached it over the prongs of the brad so that it protected anything that was inside the box. So, and then here comes the little clips. They're the better clamps. I prefer working with those than the bigger ones. Okay, so I did that to all 7 drawers. Right, taking the brads off, checking it out, testing it. Looks good. And I don't cover the inside of the drawers. Maybe one day I might. Anyway, so now I'm populating it. Yes. And Squid's going to get the old one, so he can use that in his workshop. I've just re-secured it, so he's good to go. He can start populating his. It's about 11 years old, I think it was, 11 or 12, so got its value. It really did, that one. So this one hopefully will outlast me. It's strong enough, so it should. It gave me a chance also to clear out a few things. Now, I have said before, and I'll say it again, I think I'm going to divide a couple of those top level units so that the scissors and the thin tools can not get lost in there. So yeah, very happy with it. Okay, overhead view of it. Lots of space for my glues, love that. And the ATG, and it's not going to fall over on my desk anytime soon. This was the original one. I originally intended it to be, well, I made a project life storage unit for my daughter, and then I just adapted that to make a desk organiser for myself. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you're going to make it yourself, and I'll be back soon. Bye.